An event, seen from one point of view, gives one impression.
A big hi to the truth girls. I've just watched your video, how many people know about chemtrails? Right from the start you carry on with the myth, or repeating the same tired claims that we're being heavily sprayed by chemicals. This is just another video that plays the fears and paranoias of the public, and it has no basis in real science. I'm just going to try to point out a few facts, and I hope you'll listen. I'm trying to be as polite as possible on this matter. I hope you listen to what I have to say. I want to start from the premise that I do actually believe persistent contrails are affecting the planet. There's probably no doubt about that. NASA's been studying for over 25 years, and the satellite photographs show increasing levels of artificial cloud cover. So there has to be some knock-on effect, good or bad. There has to be some effect. I'm totally in agreement with that.
Seen from another point of view, it gives quite a different impression.
What I do find hard to swallow is these trails being left deliberately for some unknown reason, which you fail to explain, which everyone fails to explain, when really they are a cause of our love of air travel. And over the past couple of decades, jet engine efficiency has risen. With the rise of efficiency of jet engines comes persistent contrails. There have been many studies that actually support this claim, but I don't think anyone who believes in chemtrails have actually gone down this particular avenue and actually sought out the real truth from the propaganda. And it really does offend me when I hear people looking at persistent contrails referring to them as chemtrails when they're not providing any proof whatsoever for the standpoint. I mean, you can argue all you want about there wasn't so many persistent contrails in the 60s, 70s and 80s, and of course this is true. There was less air traffic and the engines were less efficient. If you care to look and do a little bit of research into the formation of contrails, you will realise there's a quite simple explanation for this. And to be honest, I think it distracts from the real issues. And the real issue is, as air traffic increases, the likelihood, and it's a strong likelihood, that the persistent contrails will cause more and more problems in the future. This doesn't mean we have to go on a tangent and call them chemtrails. And a lot of you try to get round this by saying, well, aeroplanes produce exhaust, the exhaust is chemically based, and therefore is justified in calling them chemtrails. No, it's not. It has no more justification than calling a natural water spring a chemical seepage. It's exactly the same. Reasoning. We're also not that stupid to believe that aircrafts do not follow flight paths, they do not follow beacons. It's equivalent of a highway in the sky. And as the destinations have increased over the past decades, which they have, you can look up this fact as well. There's more flights to more destinations around the world than there ever was before. And with such an increase in air travel, air destinations, you are going to get the crossing of persistent contrails. Surely that seems... I don't understand why you cannot wrap your head around this one. Surely that seems logical to you, no? By claiming they're actually crisscrossing for some bizarre unknown reason is paranoia on your part. It's not based on scientific information. It's not based on logic. Of course these crafts are going to intersect each other. They're all not following the same direction. They're not all following the same flight path. So they're going to cross. How can I say that more simply? I can't. You're not actually waking people up to what is really happening in the skies. You're actually perpetuating an urban myth. And the only solution that I could think of that could remedy this situation is to restrict air traffic. As I've said before, once we have the technology, it's hard for people to go backwards and say, well, we're not going to use this method of transport anymore. I don't see that happening. What could happen in the future, as with the stealth jets, is that the contrail formation could be limited as much as possible. In the case of military aircraft, such as a stealth bomber, not producing contrails is the ultimate aim. And this could be applied to commercial aircraft as well as military aircraft. But to call them chemtrails and to link them to a government conspiracy is leaping to conclusions. I don't think you're doing anyone a service by continuing this urban myth. I think you should really look at all the information available. It's easy to get sidetracked and just look at the information that seems to fit your own blinkered worldview, which happens quite a lot. People are willing to throw reasonable information out of the window because it doesn't support their theory. This is not being open-minded. This is a definition of being closed-minded. And if you don't have all the information, then you cannot come to a valid conclusion. Thank you.
But it's only when you get the whole picture you can fully understand what's going on.